So apart from these two rules which I listed earlier on, these two rules, I'm also going to write down the rule for the negative exponent. Okay, so x to the power negative 2, this is an example, is the same as 1 over x squared. Alright, this is the law that we're going to be applying. Right. Now, one trick I can give to you is, if you see a negative exponent on top here, just simply bring it down here. And if you see a negative exponent at the bottom, just bring it on top. Okay? That's what you need to remember. That's how you make your life easy. Okay? So this is the same example I'm going to apply here. The first thing we're going to need to do is do the power of the power rule. The power of the power rule, we're going to first multiply this exponent and distribute it across. So this power 2, we're going to distribute it to 3 here, to m here, and to n. We're going to multiply it with the exponents of these bases. Remember, colleagues, in this topic, when I say the word base, for example, if you see 2 to the power 3 like this 2 is a base. So if you hear me say the word bases, that's what I mean. This 3 is an index, okay, or a power, or an exponent. We're going to hear those words used interchangeably. Okay, if you see x to the power 2, also this x is your base. So when I say the word base, just remember that's meaning these numbers or letters that have got powers. So we'll start with the numerator. In this question, we'll look at example 3 there. So we're going to distribute this power 2 to these 3 bases there. So let me write it down here. 3 m squared n to the power negative 1 over 9 m to the power negative 1 n to the power 3. This is to the power 2, this is to the power 1. So we distribute. So we're going to have 3 squared this 2. This 3 is to the power 1. Okay, so we're just saying 1 times 2, and that is 2. So we get 3 squared. Then we have m. This power 2, we're multiplying it with this power 2. 2 times 2, that is 4. Then n to the power negative 1. This negative 1, multiplying with the 2, so n to the power negative 2. Then below, since it's raised to the power 1, so everything will just remain the same here. So here we have 9m to the power negative 1 n to the power 3. Okay, so as I said, we can now apply the laws of indices here. Okay, so this, we start with the 3 squared. This 3 squared, that is 9. Okay, 9 over 9 here. Okay, we have m and m to the power negative 1. So as I said, the trick you can use is you can either bring this m to the power negative 1 on top, alright, so that it becomes m to the power positive 1 like this. M to the power 4 multiplied by m to the power positive 1. That's one thing you can do if you're dealing with such portions like this. M to the power positive 1. Okay? And when you multiply these two, remember when you are multiplying the same bases, laws of indices, let me write this law down here. A to the power n times a to the power m. When you're multiplying similar bases, existing the base here, a and a are the same. When you're multiplying the same bases, you just add. So a to the power n plus n. Okay. So if you bring this negative exponent to the top, you can apply that. Okay, m to the power 4 times m to the power 1, you get m to the power 5. That's one way you can do it. The other way you can do it, you can still use the quotient rule. You just say 4, you say positive 4 minus negative 1, using the quotient rule which I've written already on top there. Okay, you can just say 4 minus negative 1, you still get m to the power 5. So colleagues, I hope that is clear. Okay, you can still use the original quotient rule, you still get the same answer. Okay, but the other trick you can use, if you see a negative exponent at the bottom, just bring it to the top. Okay, both ways you get the same thing. Okay, so yes. So using the basic rule we've been following throughout here, 4 minus negative 1, that is positive 5. Alright, 4 minus negative 1 gives you positive 5. Okay, because remember, 4 minus negative 1, remember, negative and negative make positive. So 4 plus 1, that is 5. So we have m to the power 5. Then here we have n to the power negative 2 over n to the power 3. So as I said, the other trick you can use, if you have a negative exponent on the top, you just bring it down here. Okay, you can just bring it down there and just multiply them. When you bring it down, it becomes positive. Remember, if you take it from the bottom to the top, or from the top to the bottom, the negative sign goes away. Now if we use our traditional rule which we're using here, we just say negative 2 minus 3, that gives us negative 5. So we have n to the power negative 5. So n to the power negative 5. Now, since you can't leave your answer with a negative exponent like that, so this n to the power negative 5 is going to have to come down here, which will give us our answer as n. When it comes from the top going to the bottom, you change the exponent. Alright, so we do that, and we have n to the power 5. And then we just simplify. 9 divided by 9, that's 1. So our answer is m to the power 5 over n